Hello there. Welcome to Jedi and the Mailman, show where two old friends aim to deliver the best Star Wars talk in the galaxy. I'm Mike the Mailman. It's Jimmy the Jedi. And we got, who's this?
Someone new.
Thunderer 26. Hello there.
Hello there.
Thanks for joining us. How's it going, Jimmy?
Good. It's weirdly warm. Well, it was warm yesterday. It's supposed to be like 60 degrees on Friday or Thursday, which is insane because, last week we're in the negatives or whatever with wind chill. But it's Kansas, but things are all right. We talked about off air some dog stuff, but makes me glad I didn't have kids.
Yeah, it's in the 20s here, so it's warming up here as well.
Warming up. You're gonna run around in shorts and a t-shirt pretty soon.
You know it.
How are things going?
Miserable.
Yes.
Absolutely miserable.
It seems like you just keep getting kicked.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to a lot going on, but I've been looking forward to this. Just get out of that negative headspace and get into some fun Star Wars conversation and kind of, forget for a little while,
There you go.
Yep.
So
we're here to talk about some more Star Wars questions.
I hear you cracking open something there.
Nothing strong.
Nothing strong.
Maybe later.
All right.
I'll tell you. Typically in February, everybody does like dry January after the holidays. You get back on the healthy train and you don't drink for that month. I always eschew January. First off, our birthday's in January, so there has to be that exception. Plus, January's 31 days long.
It's a long one.
So so I usually go with dry February. It's only 28 days, and I can make it through 4 weeks. But this year, it's not happening.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you for people don't know what's going on in your life or whatever. Yeah, I wouldn't either. But let's Skywalking Ryan says Star Wars is a nice escape. Absolutely.
It is.
That is what we're about to get into. Last week we started 26 questions for 2026. This is an article that Mike found a while back over on StarWarsNewsNet.com. I said it right this time.
That's a long title.
It is a long title. And it's by Miguel Fernandez. It came out January 4th. So if you want to read all in their points of view and things like that, we're just going to answer the questions our way. Last week, we got to a question that said, who will succeed Bob Iger at Disney? And we're like,
we got that answer this week.
And it's crazy how many questions are being answered so quickly. I mean, we're the first week of February and, so we've got new leadership at Lucasfilm, and we've got new leadership overall in
Disney.
So, Mike, what do you think about that? I have my takes, and I've talked about it a little bit on the main show and a little bit with Mike, a guy who loves Star Wars, last Saturday. But what are your thoughts on all this change up that high?
I mean, it's the sort of thing that just happens in an organization, right? I don't know why I suppose it seems kind of odd that two of the biggest, well, I guess the overarching pillar and then one of the biggest support pillars at Disney are changing at the same time relatively. That seems a little unusual, but I'm not privy to everything that's behind it and whatnot. But I mean, I don't know a whole lot about the new guy. I guess he was in charge of the parks apparently for Disney.
Yeah.
I am not a Disney park guy. I've been, I believe, twice in my life when I was younger, but I'm not a big amusement park guy. I don't like standing in lines. I'm very impatient. So I would love to have a park to myself, just go ride whatever ride you want, whenever you want, no lines, nothing like that. But I'm not. Yeah. I'm just impatient and grumpy, and I don't care about the parks.
50 Thunderer 26 says he didn't do dry January and he's doing something else in February.
Okay.
So if you can read that. Hey, whatever it takes to get through the month, my man. Whatever it takes to get through the month, have at it. So Star Wars is a nice escape, and let's dive into that escape. I think my notes say start with 7, so we only got 6 questions answered out of the 26. So
yeah, I pulled up that article yesterday just to refresh myself on where we were, and I thought that we had gotten all the way to the Mandalorian section, and we're not even there yet.
No. Yeah, so no, we didn't do that. Number 7. Oh, will Maul Shadow Lord get another season? That's a good one. Now, I have been working on every time I have some free time to work on something has come up. I've got a video coming out about the comics that's coming out for that, Shadow of Maul, and then of course Maul Shadow Lord, which everyone I think is pretty excited. Are you guys in the chat? Are you guys excited for Maul Shadow Lord? What's your hype level for Maul Shadow Lord? I'm having trouble speaking. I've been talking to my dog all day, so I apologize. But Mike, what's your hype level for this year? I'm assuming you've seen the trailer, and then we'll get into. I mean, we haven't even gotten season 1 yet.
Yeah.
So are we getting to season 2?
First off, I need to watch the trailer on a larger screen. I watched it on my phone, and I didn't get quite the same hype that everybody else got. But I'm excited for it. All these, I've not been disappointed yet by the Star Wars animation. You know, the Tales of series that they keep coming out with every year are great. You know, of course, Clone Wars, Rebels, Bad Batch. You know, especially with the progression, like going through Bad Batch, and then now we're on to this. The artwork, like the the animation is just phenomenal. Like it's almost it's pseudo realistic, and not in a weird kind of like, you know, funky way. It just looks really, really good. So I'm excited. Just, you know, that progression. You know, Maul's is a fun character, interesting character. So it's cool to get a little more of his journey. And I guess there's been a little more talk about what this series might be. And I guess we're looking at like sort of a police procedural sort of thing, which is we've talked about this before. Like why doesn't Star Wars delve more into some of these different genres and whatnot? And I think it's interesting that we're taking a cartoon and we're taking a really interesting character and we're going in kind of a niche direction of a police procedural as a cartoon. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, we can get into that a little bit if we have some time. 50 Thunder 26 says, after seeing the Maul trailer, my hype increased. I was more enthusiastic for Starfighter. Are you still feeling that way? How's your? Because we talked about this on the main show a couple weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, where like I kind of not dismissing Mando and Grogu, but I was really, really excited for Starfighter, which is, you know, over a year away, obviously. A few months away from Mando and Grogu, but then we talked about Mando and Grogu or Mandalorian a couple weeks ago on our top 3 episodes, and I got pretty hyped for it. So I'm be curious, 50, if how you're feeling about Mando. And then Kyler did not like Empire, Tales of the Empire. I will say, and again, we're not going to sit here and argue with you. Like you're allowed to on our show feel how you want to feel. I didn't like the Morgan Elsbeth story. I still don't feel like it any sense whatsoever. Like I don't understand it, and no one's explained it to me to the point where like why she's working with the people who wiped out her people. And then, but I did love the Barriss Offee because she was my most hated character I've ever had in Star Wars, as far as like in the Star Wars universe. But then at the end of that one, I was like, oh, okay, well, that's redemption right there. So just, you know.
No, I would agree with you. The Morgan Elsbeth story, I found it hard to stay engaged with that one. I may have even dozed off when I was watching that.
Nice. Tahu's here. He says ice cream and bro. Here we go. Let's go. All right, Tahu. Tahu's waking up on the other side of the world right now. Crazy. So, all right. So, yeah. So, do you think we're getting a second season of a show we haven't seen one season of yet?
Yeah, that's hard to put down your buck on that one. You know what I mean? Like, this would be complete speculation. We have no idea if this show is going to be successful. If who knows, maybe they have a plan and they're just going to go ahead with multiple seasons of this, whether it's successful or not. It's so early that you don't even know.
Well, what if I told you that we have? This is months ago. Like this is like not that long after Celebration, which is crazy that I was just in Japan. It just doesn't even seem real. But shortly after Japan, we have a friend. I'm not going into any names or anything like that. But they have a friend, so this you have to take this with a grain of salt because we're hearing this secondhand. They've already started working on stuff for season 2.
Ooh.
So
well,
I'm going to
makes sense.
Yes, I do think that. I feel like they're probably going to go 3 like they have been.
Yeah.
But yeah, we kind of got told some stuff, and I'm not going into any details.
Yeah.
But rumors are that their season 2, they know they have something here, and they're going to go get it.
Nice.
All over.
Well, would you agree that they keep the animation storytelling the best, under wraps the best? You know what I mean? Like, this mall came out of nowhere. Like, there was no conversation about it anyway. And then even the Tales of stuff, you never know what you're going to get until it's there. Like, there's no talk of, we're making this Tales of series or we're making this animated series. They just happen to pop, and it's kind of a surprise for everyone.
Yeah, I would say that got joined by Sith Lord Zion over on our Instagram. Jason R. Gray, what's going on, everybody over there? Yeah, so I don't know. Like, is it easier because it's not? I mean, there's no human beings involved. Like, the voice actors aren't necessarily in the focus for most Star Wars fans. Like, I wanted to meet like Nick. I want to meet these people, and I know there's other people out there too. Like, I'm not the only one, but like for the mainstream people, all these different levels of Star Wars fans are like, we'll watch whatever, and then some people love animation, but they just don't care that much. Like, maybe it's easier just because like they can do all this behind closed doors, and people watch that, and you have no idea that they're an actor or not because you don't ever see their faces. I mean, honestly, if I met Taylor Gray this past summer, I was like, I wouldn't have known. He was just some kid if I'd known. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
My only concern here, and it's not really a concern because they've done a great job with it all before, but still, we're still playing in this area where we know the beginning, we know where it's going to end. There's only so much room to fit story in there. Is there enough room to tell the Maul story over 3 seasons? With that tight time frame. Yeah. And like I said, I would say there is, because they haven't let us down yet. But I don't know. You just kind of, that's always kind of a question whenever you're dealing with that sort of thing. Dang it.
Mike's having some difficulties in the studio.
I'm good.
Good? All right. Barris Arc was bad. I disagree, Kyler. I'm sorry. I mean, at the beginning of that, I was hoping Vader was going to walk in and be like, "Oh, Barris, slice," and it was going to be like the shortest Tales of series ever. But ended up winning me over. But yeah, everyone, like, again, like, whatever doesn't work for you doesn't work for you, and that's fine. I'm sure you like the other ones. All right. So, what other big announcements are coming for the 50th anniversary? So we had a big birthday coming up, big anniversary coming up for Star Wars. We've gone through it ourselves. 50 years of Star Wars, which is crazy. So there hasn't been a point in our life. Well, yeah, there was. I guess there's only been 1 year of our life that Star Wars hasn't been a part of it.
That's right.
So, but what do you think? What else are we getting? Because we've got like. I mean, we have all kinds. We've got the New Hope restorations coming out. Of course, we got Celebration. Maybe. I mean, I don't want to get too political. People are real mad about what's going on with Celebration. Not Star Wars side of. Well, they're mad at Star Wars because of Reed Pop. I don't really want to get into that. much. If you have any questions, you can look online. There's lots going on about ReedPop and who they are and may not be working for. So we'll see how that pans out.
Well, I mean, just on that section, I hope the Star Wars can figure that out and find somebody that can step in and do the job. I know you've said before you're not the biggest fan of ReedPop and some of the so maybe there's somebody out there that's ready to step in and fill that void that doesn't have the connections and things.
Connection to this snowy cold stuff.
Yeah, so that would be good.
Masked men come to our doors, so we gotta be careful. Although, so here we got a couple of things here. They made her a good healer girl. They should have stayed bad. She should have stayed bad, in my opinion. Okay, yeah, I can see that. I was surprised by her arc. 50 Thunder says I got a big birthday next year too. Nice. 50. Are you turning 50? I'm assuming. Guessing. And then he sends to blow up the Jedi Temple and framed Ahsoka. Yeah, that was.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you can take that arc however you want. So it'd be a good conversation sometime to dive into that, I think. But you think they're going to announce anything massive?
Well,
they kind of have to, right? Because I mean, a restored version of Star Wars. I mean, it's cool, and I'm going to go see it, obviously, in celebration. But you can't have the 50th anniversary of Star Wars and a celebration and be like, the only thing that you've done is
we got Starfighter too.
Yeah, but that's
the big stuff I would say. And I mean the restored version of Star Wars, I think it's great too that we're getting the original theatric release too. Not the new.
I want the grainy version of. I want what they saw in 1977, and
I would like that too. Yeah, it would be interesting to see just an actual print that still had be great. But I don't know what since you've turned 50, what sort of things have you had to look forward to? Hair loss, graying.
I've been doing that for a while now. Star Wars has got enough money to fly over to Turkey to get those crazy implants or whatever.
Yeah.
50 Thunder says he's turning 50 next year. Man, that's awesome.
Congratulations. It's wonderful.
Star Wars. Yeah. I don't feel 50. I mean,
I don't either, really. Well, some days, but most of the time, no. It's hard to feel 50 when you're on here talking about Star Wars. Like, doesn't seem the thing a 50-year-old man should be doing. But
Tahu says, has it been thought up that there should be different sorts of Star Wars exhibitions that travel the world for Star Wars 50th? That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Go to major cities and maybe plop down or something. It doesn't really help me any, but obviously not living near a major city, but I mean, I guess maybe Kansas City or Oklahoma City, but I'm kind of stuck in the middle of like 3 hours away from any big city. That'd be cool to do some kind of like traveling museum that year and just hit different cities, because you could do that throughout. My luck had come here when Celebration is, and if or something, or Rebels Come Con or something. So
I really don't know, like, what more could they do? What more would you want to see?
Well, this is my thing, is what movie is next, right? Because right now we're on track to have a movie in this year, a movie next year, and then if they don't announce something pretty soon, 2028 is going to go without a movie. Are they going to wait and then push the next one to 2029? Do they have some TV series that are going to come out, or it's hard to know, especially with all the upheaval at the top. Like just everything they had planned at Lucasfilm. I mean, technically, Josh D'Amaro can say, "Nah." Just kind of like, no, I don't want to do that.
And anything that's really going to happen, it'd have to be already planned and in the works, really, as far as any kind of release. So all they could really do is maybe announce things. But if you look back to London with the announcements, large slate of announcements,
don't bother if you're going to do London.
45% of it's come to fruition. You know what I mean? So I'm not looking forward. I don't know if even that, but I'm not looking forward to a big, announcement. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this, because last time they did that, they let us all down. So
you got nada.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to any big announcements for the next year. Yeah. But you're right. It would be nice to know that maybe the trilogy is the next thing that's coming up, or it would be not if if it truly is. You know what I mean? I don't want, like you said, don't want any of this fake hype. Tell us about the things that are actually coming. I
Yeah.
want to know that there's a TV show that's in the works. I can look forward to in 28 or whatever. I want to know that 28 or 29 that the trilogy is going to start. The new trilogy is going to start. Something like that. Something that concrete and reliable. It's going to come about. Not
Yeah, not
well. We're going to
hearsay.
try this and try that, and yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm with you 100%. And people don't know on here, Mike and I are Steelers fans, right? You can boo us or you can feel sorry for us, whatever you want. You can high five us when we meet you. But obviously we don't. I mean, in our life we've had two football coaches. I mean, three, but we were too young to even know Chuck Noll
Yeah.
existed really. But so in our life we've had two coaches. All this new change at the top has been really, really exciting. Like new coaches and more coaches. And so I mean, I don't want to because I bring that up because Josh comes in and like what I said last question was like he could shut everything. He could also open things up. Like, hey, because it kind of comes into this next question: will the fan support for the hunt for Ben Solo achieve anything substantial? The guy who's a little bit younger, maybe he's a little bit more aggressive. Maybe he gets it more. Maybe he's a big Adam Driver. Like you never know.
Yeah.
So what if they're having meetings right now and the heads of Lucasfilm, you got Lin Wen and you got Josh are all having to sit down and Josh, hey, what's your plan? How do we make it come to life? They're like, well, we need this Ben Solo movie to set this up. And so, I mean, do you think that would have anything? And of course, there's been a ton, and we've talked about it a lot, but a lot of fan stuff.
I mean, I'd certainly like to see the Ben Solo thing come about. And you're right, there's still a lot of fan push for it. And in Kathleen Kennedy's exit interview, the fact that she said, I don't remember exactly what she said, but the statement that she made it seem like that it's still alive. Like it's not dead and buried. There's some chance. So you're right. Maybe they get behind it, and that'd be interesting.
Be sweet if they did.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. It's just so many moving parts right now. So many moving parts. Kyler's a Bears fan.
Oh,
we almost got you guys with our backup quarterback.
That had to be heartbreaking, buddy.
Yeah, that was tough, especially after that play.
Yeah,
feel for you, brother.
Yeah, that amazing pass to get it to overtime, and then almost in field goal range, interception.
That's
end of the day. I was rooting for the Bears.
Young quarterback though, like
yep. They got a future. They've got a future. Unlike the Steelers.
Crazy. All right, we're on to Mando and Grogu related questions.
All right.
Tahu says, surely the Oscars will have something for Star Wars 50th. Yeah, I'm at a loss. I mean, I know that they're just like winging this, like, oh, we got the 50th anniversary. Like, they've been planning this for years. But yeah, I would have no idea what's to come. So, it'll be interesting. It'll be an exciting year for Star Wars. I hope we get some big news. And
yeah, I sort of think though we might be expecting more than we're going to get.
Well,
sad, but maybe true.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, we always get ourselves up.
We have to be excited though. Starfighter, a new movie down the line, taking it in a new direction with new characters and whatnot. That's exciting.
I mean, it is starting a new era of Star Wars, the 50th year of Star Wars. Like, I mean, it's 5 years after the last sequel, but it's 5 years after, and it's starting a new. I mean, it's standalone, but it's going to. The things that happen in it could easily have ramifications on the trilogies and things like that. So,
so I mean, there's been plenty of years without a movie at all. So, to have a re-release of the original and a brand new movie and a brand new direction, that's big.
Yeah.
I know we want more, but that's pretty big.
Yeah, it'll be big. So Here's the Mando and Grogu related questions. We got a couple of them. Will Boba Fett return the Mandalorian Grogu? Every couple of months, we see Tim Morris doing some interview in which he's basically telling Disney that they know how to reach him to return as Boba Fett. There are heavy rumors that the character was due to come back in season 4, but that was before the Mandalorian Grogu came to be. With the movie now 5 months out, we might as well ask the question. The little we know about the story so far doesn't exactly point to a Boba Fett appearance, but there's still a lot more to be revealed about the movie. Yeah, we have no idea what's going on with this movie at all. We know that he's playing live to Jarek. Basically, all the characters from that board are in that pit in that stadium fighting him. But yeah, so do you think we get Boba Fett?
No, I don't think we do.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that if we could get Boba Fett from season 2 of Mando, then I think yes, because the hype level was pretty high for Mando or for Boba Fett. Like the return of Boba Fett was huge.
Yeah.
But then they kind of neutered him in the Boba Fett series, which I was real disappointed. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I know everyone always thinks I love everything that's come out so far. Had we been doing this during the Book of Boba Fett,
there'd be a lot of head scratching.
Yeah, I was not a happy camper on 99% of that show. So yeah, I don't think Boba Fett's showing back up. I mean, they didn't even. I mean, they used him for a clone in Kenobi. Is there flashbacks with him in Ahsoka? Who knows? But yeah, I don't think so. I mean, we might be done with Boba Fett.
I think so, probably. So, I'm not going to say it'd be all right to have a brief cameo. You know, he's the head of the crime family or whatever. You know, he took over Jabba's position. So I mean, if there's anything on Tatooine, he could
always
pop
get
up.
Back to Tatooine, so can't help ourselves but to go to a planet that's sandy, either Jakku or
cheap places to film.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't.
I'm not expecting it.
The only thing I would say, wouldn't it be cool if we got like Boba Fett and he has his kid sister with him, Omega?
Yeah,
that would be pretty cool. Like that'd be and then like, oh, by the way, we're doing this adventure. You know what I mean? Like kind of. I mean, it has to work. Like, I don't want anything
right
in. But like, if there was some way to make that work, or
I'd rather have
Omega show up than Boba Fett at this time. Just given what a wimp he is. I mean, Fennec Shan's doing all the heavy lifting. People don't even talk about the stuff she did at the end of that show, where she's like comes down in air and just like kills all those guys, like just wipes them out. Like, I would sleep with one eye open if I were him. So
Boba Fett's gonna get fat and sloth like Jabba.
And Bib Fortuna.
Gotta fit the role.
grow into the position, as you will. So, here we go. Number 12 says, "Will Grogu speak in The Mandalorian and Grogu?" And this is a good one, folks. So if you're in there, I want to know what you all think on this one, because I've actually had some conversations about this. There aren't many intermediate story related questions that come to mind when thinking about Mando and Grogu, but one of the main points of speculation for a while has been about the character development of Grogu in the movie. We're at a point now where it'd be expected that he makes a significant change, and a key point would be the moment he starts to speak. Will they use luxury of the big screen to give us the first words from Grogu's mouth? And if he does he speak like Yaddle or does he speak like Yoda? I think that they brought Bryce Dallas Howard in to do Yaddle so that we could get another of that species that doesn't talk like a crazy person.
Yeah.
Tahu says he must speak in the movie.
I agree with Tahu. I mean, not that he has to speak, because I mean, like we talked about it before, I really liked Mando when Mando was the strong silent type and didn't say much of anything. So I don't want to see Grogu, you know, all of a sudden stringing together long sentences, and whether he's talking like Yaddle or he's talking like Yoda, I want a little, some words, but I wouldn't expect all of a sudden Grogu has you know, a long monologue or anything in the middle of the movie. I think it's just going to be a word here, a word there, maybe. Kind of like Groot.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what I'm looking up. What 50 said. He says I think he'll talk like Brian Blessed.
Mm.
This guy, boisterous British actor. I feel like I know who this is. And he looks like the kind of man that has like a deep, powerful voice. Like,
Uh,
and I could be like totally wrong, but
that would be
um,
interesting.
who says he has to talk. Just wanted to say shout out to iHog. So, Tahoe says, "Can you imagine everyone losing their mind in the cinema when our little green baby speaks for the first time? And does he say like dad or something and just like melt the hearts of America,
Uh-huh.
world?"
I sort of do feel like it's going to be something like that. Yeah. Just baby's first words kind of thing.
I says he
But
doesn't think Grogu will talk fluently. Yeah, I think you're right. I think kind of what Mike said, right? It's like
yeah.
kind of like just a little bit here and there, maybe.
Yeah.
Well timed.
It would be extremely funny though if he just had a long monologue in the middle of the show.
Just like Jane Silent Bob type thing where Silent Bob
Mhm.
just pops off and
Yep. All of a
does
sudden he's got the most profound thing to say.
yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, it's so hard not knowing what I mean, because you see him in the trailer, he's with Zellin all by himself,
Hmm.
stuff done. So I mean, is he gonna talk with Ian Zellin? Like that's gonna be the first time, I mean, it has to be with Din, I think, but it has to be with the group. But that would be interesting.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I'd probably put my nickel down for. He says something like dad like to Din Djarin, you know what I mean, or something, like baby's first words to daddy.
yeah. I wonder if Grogu has PTSD from Order 66 and after, and that may yeah, Grogu might be carrying some trauma.
Yeah,
The fact that
for sure.
so that's fair. That would be maybe he has a stutter or something,
Yeah,
And then the next
I
Star
mean,
Wars movie is Grogu and his speech pathologist.
the Grogu speech.
Yeah.
No,
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. King, yeah, guy like it. I like it.
there's I think we don't know a whole lot about the species, obviously, but I think there is a lot to that um, the reason why he's not speaking does have a lot to do with the trauma that we're referencing there. But
I mean, these
yeah,
these
speaking like
creatures,
Stewie.
these creatures, the species lives and ages so differently than everything
Right.
else around us that in the Star Wars universe that I mean we don't have no reference point because when
No.
we meet Yaddle and Yoda, they're in their hundreds
Hmm.
of years old.
Hmm.
Um, so Skywalker Ryan gets it. I hope Grogu is the Silent Bob of Star Wars. Yes, just every movie. Once a movie, he just dives into this, whole meaning of life
Hmm.
kind of thing. Yeah, Grogu. I mean, what's his voice gonna be? You know what I mean? Like that's a big like just name Grogu the speech strikes back. That would be awesome. Yeah, I just wonder, like, because you can give him like a little baby voice kind of at first, and that's cute and stuff. But as he grows up, because I mean,
Yeah.
Bryce Dallas Howard didn't. I don't feel like she did anything with her voice that was real weird.
Mhm.
I thought she was
Nope.
awesome, Yaddle, and of course, um, we get Yoda, and just the way he's, and it's never been confirmed why he talks that way.
Yeah.
I mean, so I
Just
don't
to
know.
sound profound. That's my
Yes,
opinion. Hmm.
maybe the profoundness of. So, all right. Well, yeah. So we got lots of options. We got Stu. We got
Hmm.
Brian Blessed on here. Hey, the Nerdy Bookshelf over on Instagram. We're just talking about Grogu. Will he talk in the Mando and Grogu? And what does he sound like? We've got a few interesting. Oh no. 50 says maybe Grogu will have Tourette's. G-rated Tourette's, right?
Well, is he gonna use
Hank Ferris.
common English curse
Yeah.
words or just Star Wars curse words? Is it going to be a lot of Dank Farrik and that sort of thing, or is he going to be dropping F bombs?
Yeah. I said I want to see Grogu's voice breaking as he gets older, from baby voice to teen. Oh my gosh. I got to tell you guys a funny story about this.
Hmm.
When people used to call my house back on the landline, some of you, and 50 gets what that is, but I'm not sure what I'm talking about, but people would start talking to me because they thought I was my mother because my voice. And I like, you hear my voice now, and it's not like this big booming voice, but it doesn't sound like it ever could have been mistaken for a,
Right.
30-year-old woman at some point in my life. Like, oh, hey, they start talking to me. I'm like, I'll get my mom. So yeah, the joys of it. Rough. So, Nerdy Bookshelf says, I've heard rumors that he'll say something.
Yeah.
All right, Nerdy Bookshelf dropping some rumors on us. I like it. That'll be
Yeah.
interesting. We'll have to do like a bingo card or something like
Mhm.
something like what will happen, what won't happen. We can bet on it or something like that.
That's a good idea. Write this down, or you won't, and we'll forget. But before, like the week before Mandalorian and Grogu go out, we'll do a show. We'll come up with some predictions or whatnot, and then we'll come back after the movie comes out, review it, and see what we got right and what we got wrong.
Oh gosh, it'll be embarrassing.
That'll be fun.
What will happen? Bingo card for Mando and G. All right.
Cool.
The way the Nerdy Bookshelf has the way this is. So yeah, your mom joke. Yes, Jimmy Virus. Reverse your mom joke. Yeah, it's not so funny when you're a teenage boy, but yeah. There we go. Perfect answer. There we go. Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll jump into it. I have it written down on my official yellow piece of paper that's folded. So
that's not going to get lost anywhere.
Hey, I kept it from last week, so that's something.
Wow.
Only got like 3 more months to go. We'll see what happens. Right.
It could happen.
All right. Will the Mando and Grogu cross 700 million at the box office? Okay, here we go. There's some things to talk about. Last year, Superman was considered a win for Warner Brothers, despite making less money than the comparable franchise launcher Man of Steel in 2013. And that isn't even considering inflation. Is 600 million enough to satisfy Disney's top brass? I'm setting a line at 700 million and asking, can it get there? The last time Star Wars movies opened in May, the results were disastrous. Ow. Man,
they keep rubbing it in, Jimmy. They keep rubbing it in.
Listen, I'm glad Bob Iger's out the door because he's the reason that Solo suffered. Because if you give that movie a chance, and Mike came on here fully prepared to shred my arguments, because nothing more. He wanted nothing more than to be like, "Yo,
that movie sucked."
Yes,
but
and Mike
didn't work out that way.
No, if you give it a fair shake, it's an awesome Star Wars movie. Yeah, he's not Harrison Ford. No duh. No one is.
Nope.
And also, I don't think Han Solo was a scoundrel. So there you go.
No, he really wasn't.
But do you think we're making, and let us know in the chat, is it making over $700 million?
Now, I think, like they said, I think that 700 million is the new demarcation line for success, right?
Which is insane.
Yeah. Well, it was the $1 million or the $1 billion mark, right?
Well,
all the Marvel movies made $1 billion. All the Star Wars movies, the
2 billion
the sequel trilogy all made over $1 billion. So that was your benchmark. But here we are, post-COVID, in a very different world as far as cinema is concerned. I'm sure there's still going to be, maybe Avengers Doomsday comes out and goes over that $1 billion mark again. Who knows? There's probably some other movies in the pipeline that might hit that, but I think we've seen over and over and over again movies that, like Superman, for instance, I don't think it underperformed, but like you said, a franchise launching new superhero show that was very good. I mean, I really enjoyed Superman, and it hit that 700 mark, and that seemed to be okay. I guess that's the new okay. Now, whether Mandalorian and Grogu can hit that, we don't know. It's
All
so
right.
tough.
So Superman 2025 is over 600 million right now. It's a big movie. That
Yep.
was the return of big movie as our friends or as our
Mhm.
heroes over at
The Weekly Planet. The
the Weekly
Weekly
Planet like
Planet.
to say big movie. Um, the reported cost of Mando and Grogu is 166.4 million, which is really actually
Nothing.
pretty cheap
Hmm.
compared to, I mean, stuff that we've seen so far. So my first answer is I don't think it needs to make a billion to be
Mm-mm.
successful. I do think it'll make over 700 million. I think it'll make a billion. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess that question ties in: is it going to be a really good movie? Because if it's a really good movie, then you go see it a couple times.
Hmm.
But we got some
Well,
good stuff here in the.
it also has to be universal. It can't be just a movie for Star Wars fans. Like it's gotta bridge that gap to where normies want to go see it. And it
Yeah,
has that potential because we've talked about this
Grogu will
before.
make people come that wouldn't go see another movie.
Right. When Mandalorian and Grogu, when that series came out, it was it was crazy. Like nobody was expecting it. It came out and people loved it.
Yeah,
Baby Yoda was everywhere.
yeah.
So, I mean, it had a huge reach. But now, are we too far away from that release? Do people care about Baby Yoda anymore? Is the normies still clamoring to go see this movie? And that's really what it comes down to, in my opinion. It's that that want, that desire still has to be there for this. And I don't know. I mean, I want to go see it, but I'm
Yeah.
not I'm not normal, not in any way. So I don't know.
Yeah. So Tayo says when the movie is, yeah, it'll be right at the beginning of summer for my state it's summertime. Like it comes out like the last day of school for us.
Yeah.
So that's like that's the kickoff to summer for us. And then where Mike's at, they're going to be in school until
Another week,
June
another couple weeks, yeah.
because of the weather they've gotten.
Mhm.
So it depends on where they're at in the country. Kyler said I thought it would make a billion. And then 50 says maybe 699 million. Oh
It's a
boy.
failure if that's true.
It's a failure if it makes 699. But when you put it that way and say 700 million, I don't think so. So Kyler doesn't think he's going to make that.
It's hard to tell. I mean, there's been a lot of movies come out. What the Avatar movies do? What the newest Avatar movie do? Do you know?
The newest Avatar. Let me look it up.
Yeah,
We got a
'cause
question
that's
coming up here. It's pretty interesting from Paula.
okay.
Hang on. She's still there. How much did Avatar Fire and Ash make in the box office? Right now, it is sitting at 1.3 to 1.4 billion so far as of early February.
Hmm.
And that movie
Okay.
wasn't super hyped. Like people
Yeah,
were excited for it. I only saw it once. I
I
would go.
haven't seen it yet.
I would go see it a second time though. Like it's a
Yeah.
movie. I'm like, yeah, I'd go see that. So it's been a while since I've seen a movie like that.
Mhm.
It says, and of course, this is AI, Google AI just doing its thing, but it says total global gross approximately 1.38 to 1.4 billion as of late January, early February. So it became the third highest grossing film of 2025. Yeah, like what's that animated series? Zootopia 2 made $1 billion.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Huh.
well, 1966 says, hello, Explore the Force. I have a question for you both. I'm going to
Okay.
slide on here to her question, then we'll come back up to these guys. Jimmy Mike, I've heard that Abeloth might be coming to Ahsoka season 2, and Natalie Portman might be returning as Padme, and Abeloth will take her form. Wow, that would be nuts. There's lots of questions. I mean, we spent I just spent an hour on Saturday talking about what could happen on Peridia with a guy who loves Star Wars, and we barely scratched the surface. That would be. I'd love to see
Yeah.
Portman back, and for her to come back and be like tricking Anakin. I think that'd be kind of cool. That'd be
Yeah.
pretty sick. twist. I don't see it happening for Ahsoka season 2 though.
No,
She's
I
not
don't
coming
think you
back.
can get. Yeah, I don't think you can get Natalie Portman for that. They'd have to throw a lot of money at her. I would think. It would be awesome, but yeah, I don't see it. It would be great. I don't think there's any world where Natalie Portman comes back to start. To have a cameo in Ahsoka season 2.
I don't see it. I could see it if it was some kind of like there's like this Hunt for Ben Solo. What if there was some kind of weird like Anakin Vader thing, like in that book that I just read, A Master of Evil, where he's having all these things. Like you have this Vader movie, and it's kind of like about that because she's in that book, like images of her and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
you could do. The thing is, you could make that movie, and you wouldn't have to worry about anything because it didn't involve anyone other than Vader and Palpatine.
mm-hmm.
Like that would be awesome. And then that's a perfect place for her to come back. I do hope Abeloth shows up. I think that would be pretty cool. And we talked about this a little bit too. Is like, are the normal Star Wars fans going to be able to wrap their head around Mortis, the father, the son, the daughter, and then you throw Abeloth in there? So I don't want to go into those weeds. We'll get closer to Ahsoka season 2. We'll talk about it. But Ihogda says Superman did well, and I'm so tired of the billion goal. Yeah. Especially with a price tag of $163 million, why do you need to make almost $900 million to be successful?
Right.
It used to be like if you double what it costs you to make it,
mm-hmm.
But even if you make $200-300 million more, how is that not a bonus?
Right.
I mean, if you make $100 million more, you now have $100 million more than you had before.
Mm-hmm.
I know in the grand scheme of things, like that kind of money doesn't mean a lot to those kinds of people.
Well, this is the problem. This is why they can't be normal people. Like
they're not normal people. And he's right. The world is crazy. I don't think it's the world. I think it's the people in charge of the world. And we're seeing that daily. But like the Jeff Bezoses of the world and all these guys, and who knows what Josh D'Amaro is going to be like. But yeah, you shouldn't have to make $850 million, $900 million more than what it costs to make for it to be considered. If it makes $400 million, that's a success because you've doubled plus what it costs to make it. So I would say, in my opinion, like it's just asinine. Like $100 million. Like I know like that doesn't spread out that well or whatever, but it's still $100 million more than you had.
Yeah.
So if it makes 200, even if it makes $300 million, it's almost doubled itself.
Right.
So like,
yeah, in a normal world that would be okay, but we no longer live in a normal world.
She also says, do you think that Keanu Reeves would play a great Darth Revan? That would be pretty sick. I don't know a lot about Revan. I've seen the mock-ups of him, and that'd be pretty cool. I know he's like this tortured soul kind of thing, flipping back and forth. That'd be pretty sick. And I love the artwork and stuff of him dragging the two lightsabers and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, I like seeing Keanu Reeves in about anything. So even not knowing that much about Darth Revan, I'd be down for that.
What rating certificate will Mando and Grogu have? I'm assuming PG or PG-13. I mean, I don't know if we can get that information. I'll look real quick because 50 asked that question, and then does have the family potential. Everyone who knows Baby Yoda. I mean, there's so many kids you see with like Baby Yoda. They don't even know that it's Star Wars. They just know it's Baby Yoda.
Yeah. That's very true. That'll be a big thing too. If all the kids are still into it, that brings all the parents along. And like you said, for that Zootopia movie, it made over $1 billion. That's not in my wheelhouse at all anymore. All my kids are grown, so I guess
that's funny because there's that new movie Hoppers coming out, and I said to my wife tonight, I was like, I'm gonna have to borrow the nephews for that one.
Oh yeah,
I want to go see that. So I'm trying to look it up and see if it's out there yet. Grogu movie. You ready?
I doubt it.
It says TV for the Mandalorian. Well, no, this is the Mandalorian series.
Yeah, I don't think they would have a rating for the movie yet
because it has to be finished. Yeah, well, I'm assuming PG or PG-13. I mean,
I would assume PG,
maybe PG-13. Hang on, see what was the last? The Rise of Skywalker. Let's see. Rise of Skywalker is PG-13.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So somewhere between PG and PG-13. I mean, the violence is going to push it.
Probably.
You don't have to worry about any F-bombs being dropped. Some dank Ferrix and some Bantha Poodoo. But other than that, maybe some McClunky.
Like we said too, we don't know what Grogu's first words are going to be.
It could be like dropped an F-bomb right that would be insane.
Take this in a whole different direction than what we're expecting.
Yeah, Star Wars is really changing direction, folks. We have to change our whole approach to things too, I think, then if that's the
yes. Yes, Tyler, I do think we're expecting a trailer during the Super Bowl. I know they released some of the lineup, some of the commercial lineup and what's going to be debuted at the Super Bowl. I don't know if Star Wars has released that they are going to have a Mando trailer at the Super Bowl.
Big rumors are that the first commercial from the Super Bowl is going to be Mando and Grogu because Disney's got that money.
Yeah,
got that Disney, and they need to make an extra $100 million.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they got to make $1 billion.
Yeah. Over on, I think he's gone now, but over on Instagram, back to the Mando movie making, the billion. It might be tough because of the way season 3 ended. People weren't super excited about that. So yeah, there's that. And I do know if you look up when we talked about what's coming, we looked at 2026 in advance using our friends over at Wikipedia's list. And March, the end of March, all of April, it is going to be nothing but merchandising for Grogu, Mando and Grogu stuff. It's all these weird little kids books and like crocheting. I mean, it's just, you name it, it's coming out. And so I think that you're going to see this massive push. And I think they know they need to make money and it needs to be successful. So,
yeah, as much as we've been waiting for it, I think, like you said, I think we're going to get nailed right upside the head with it. It's just going to be everywhere. Yeah, I don't know if the second Avatar movie made $2 billion. I don't know.
Yeah, but I get what he's saying though. So
that would be a big drop. So,
streaming. I just think you can't. People just want to. I don't know why. Like, I want to see a movie like Avatar. I want to see it in 3D, and I want to see it on the IMAX. Like, but I'm not normal either. Like, when it comes to those movies, like I need to see it a certain way to appreciate it. I mean, but
yeah, I saw the first one in IMAX 3D multiple times. And then they waited so long to come up with the second one, which, we talked about it before. I know the technology had advanced and whatnot, but then I fell off. I haven't watched them since, but
I hadn't heard about this. I saw a video on YouTube about deleted scenes for Obi-Wan Kenobi's series involving Natalie. That'd be sick. I had never heard that. If you want to send that over to our DMs over on Instagram, like the link for that would be sick.
Yeah,
I'd love to see that because that's something that you are breaking Star Wars news right now.
Yeah,
I had not heard that. That's pretty awesome.
Maybe Natalie's not as highfalutin as we thought.
Yeah, she kind of has that air to her because she just kind of shows up and disappears and stuff like that. But plus all the money they get from merchandising, tell you what, man, what all are they going to drop? I mean, I'll probably
the amount of money they get from Lego just from Jimmy is insane.
Yeah, my Mount Lego over here, stupid amount of I got no kids, so I'll treat myself like one. So yeah. Have we also considered the due to streaming people will only be able to watch? Yeah, I mean, people might get. And does that count? Does that people when they release Mando and Grogu on Disney Plus, like?
And it doesn't factor into the box office at all.
That's the thing about streaming is how do you factor in why somebody gets Disney Plus all of a sudden? Because like if you get a new phone, sometimes you get Disney Plus for free for a few months. You know what I mean? So although I will say, like, I just saw a thing and I wanted to talk about this because I know Mike's a fan too, but the Muppet Show returns tomorrow on Disney Plus.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm like, what? Like, if I didn't have Disney Plus, I might have to go get it because the Muppets are back. So, that's a little tidbit. So, I wonder. That's tough when you got to kind of take that into. But I don't know how that revenue streams into and how they'll do it. Like, do they take the minutes that is watched and they take the money that was made during that time. It's
I don't know. I don't know how they gauge all that.
I guess we'll see Mando without his helmet at some point. Otherwise, they could just use a cheaper actor, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the hype. I know why they used Pedro because he was so huge, and he is still huge. I just don't. I hope people don't. I don't think he's that great of an actor, and I don't know why you just wouldn't use the grandson of John Wayne. And maybe I'm biased because we've had him on the show a few times,
Yeah.
and I like him, and he's
I-
super nice to us and stuff like that. But
I do think Pedro is a really good actor, but
I just don't think that he's like.
I don't know. I dig him. But
yeah,
you're right. I do get like why pay that man as much as he garners now to wear that helmet the whole time.
No offense to Brendan, but he's not going to get what Pedro gets.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they're getting Pedro at voiceover rates, not leading actor rates.
I would say that if you see him without his helmet on in this movie, this is probably the only time he showed up for this movie.
Yeah, I would agree there. Yeah.
I mean, we know that for a fact, like having had some conversations and listening to Brendan at different events, mostly Rebel ScumCon, like him and Lateef, they do the heavy lift. They are the Mando.
Yeah. Yes.
And then they just don't get to be the voice of the Mando.
Nope.
Which maybe I don't know. I think they missed it. I think which is weird because Star Wars has never been about star power. You know what I mean? It's about finding this new person. Like you could take someone who's relatively unknown, but has that. I mean, you're talking about a space cowboy. Like you're talking John Wayne's grandson. Like
I certainly think if they had it to do all over again, I do think that it could have been just as successful without Pedro Pascal.
I don't think
and that's no shade against Pedro. Like I said, I think he's a great actor. I don't know. But yeah, he's not necessary at all in that role. Like I said, I've said it before. My favorite thing about Mando and Grogu was when it started, he didn't say anything. It was just a word here and a word there, and I loved it. Once he took his helmet off and started talking more, I didn't like it quite as much.
No, because it just gets like I didn't mind the with IG-11, that was fine, I guess.
Yeah.
But my feelings aside, like even if I love Pedro, like he doesn't do anything. He doesn't. His voice isn't like that, like iconic. You know what I mean? He doesn't have this voice where you're like, oh, this is, I
get James Earl Jones.
I don't want to say. I don't want to sound like, I'm being like a lot of the fandom.
No,
I just don't think like it was necessary. And if you're not going to see him, you're not really. There's not a lot of diversity in Star Wars in that aspect where he's a Mandalorian. Like that's one group of people who don't care. Like they're just like, you're a Mandalorian. It doesn't matter what's underneath that helmet.
Yep.
So I think that. But yeah. So what we got here? We got people said, "Gasp! He's awesome." So I've upset some people. I think he's fine. I don't understand why the hype though. Like I don't understand why he's in everything. Like I just don't see him that way. I guess I don't. They call him a space cowboy. The old Steve Miller band going. That's awesome. Muppet Star Wars show is what we need. Darth Piggy. You know what I would love? I would love the Muppet Babies because how much Star Wars do we get in the Muppet?
Oh
Babies?
Yeah.
Constant.
Yes.
But yeah, that would be awesome. And that's one of the funniest. One of my favorite memories is when Luke Skywalker and them showed up, and Mark Hamill and Luke Skywalker showed up on Muppet Show. So
love the Muppet Show.
I think Pedro has done is a very good. He gives the father feel. Yeah. I just don't get it. I guess I don't.
Yeah, he's great. But it could have been anybody under that helmet. Honestly, they could have been a complete unknown, and they gave them the chance. And I think they,
The Phantom Muppet, a Star Wars story. I like it. That'd be great. Wouldn't that be a fun like Disney Plus? Like
yes,
it's kind of like a spoof on Star Wars, but with the Muppets. That'd be hilarious. I would love that. Sign me up. And then I see he's in everything because he's damn sexy. He is a good looking man. All right, I'll say it. Like the guy's a good looking man. I just don't.
But you don't need a sexy man under a helmet.
Yeah, and he just doesn't just doesn't have that like. Maybe I'm stuck in the 80s where like my leading men had to be like these big tough guys or something. Because Pedro just seems like an everyday dude. Like I don't know.
I
Maybe
mean, yeah, he fits the mold as the everyday Joe, but I don't know. He's a tough guy. He's a tough guy.
Frog. Here we go. This Piggy Strikes Back. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So
Pedro in Game of Thrones took on the Mountain.
See, I liked him in that. Then he got a little cocky and got his eyeballs punched out.
Yeah. Well,
and that was pretty awesome too.
The Mountain's a huge van.
Right. What else has he been on? I thought that movie with Nicolas Cage was a letdown. I was really disappointed in that because I was super pumped for that movie.
Yeah. The Last of Us, he's quite a tough guy in that.
Yeah. He fits the Joel character in that.
Yep,
I don't think he's like different in stuff.
Like he's he's a type.
You know, he's like a Ryan Reynolds, where you just get Ryan Reynolds, and he's a different character, but he's still Ryan Reynolds. Not in a way because his humor is not.
He definitely has more range than Ryan Reynolds, for sure. But I get it. Like you're right. Some of his major roles, he's just him. Yeah, not too. Yeah. It's not much of a stretch, but I don't know. I've seen him do some good stuff.
Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista said they want to be in Star Wars. I'd be down for it.
Yeah.
The Rise of the Beaker. That'd be all right. That'd be all right. So we got one more. The Animal Awakens. Yeah, that's true. The internet also pushed Pedro in the stress. Yeah, I mean, I think it was good. Like, I'm glad it wasn't just some, another white guy or something. Like Pedro brings kind of like flair to it, I guess. So it's not a bad thing that he's in everywhere. I just don't get it. Like I'm not like, oh, I'm mad because he's there. Like he seems like a good dude.
You seem like you're mad.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm getting mad. No. He seems like a good dude. I hope that no scandals ever pop up for him or whatever. I hope he just kind of keeps it, and that it's a win then for me. Like, when you have someone that popular who's just a good person. That would be great, and I'm here for that. So, anyways, I'm done bashing Pedro. I guess I'm not bashing him. I don't get it.
Well, to each his own, I suppose.
Mike says, Mike and defending. Yay, not defending him necessarily because you haven't changed my mind. I think it's fine. Mandalorian and Gonzo. There we go. There we go. I can't wait to see Fozzie Bear. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. So, and what's those two old guys? Those two old guys crack me up.
Yes, I can never. Waldorf and Statler. Yes.
Yeah, Waldorf and Statler.
Yes, they're the best.
So, all right, folks, we're gonna get out of here.
How many questions did we get through today?
Not
we
quite.
Started with 7, right?
We stopped at 13, so we got a little
6.
We did
right. 6 at a time. We'll get through it.
All right, we need to start at 14. I'm writing another note on my official paper, our official Jedi and the Mailman paper.
Don't lose that, or we're screwed.
Yeah, we will not know what's happening.
All of our ideas are on there.
Number 14. And the question will be, what happens to the New Republic era storyline after Ahsoka season 2? So, folks, come back.
Yes.
Because that's going to be like, we'll need. I mean, Mike and I, the guy who loves Star Wars, when we talked for an hour about the other side of that season, this will be nuts. This will be a great conversation. We might not get. We may only answer one question next week.
That's okay. So, listen. We're about to sign off here, but I just got to say thank you to everybody. This is great interaction tonight. I appreciate all the comments and whatnot. This is really fun. For those of you that know, I've got a lot going on in my life, and it's nice to jump on here and talk some Star Wars for this distraction. And tonight was a good time. I'm glad I made the time to do it.
Yeah, me too, bud. Me too. All right, folks. Well, hey, awesome. Like Mike said, I want to this has been a lot of fun tonight. Everyone jumping in here. Folks, tell everybody, join us on Tuesday nights. The more we got you, we love having you guys on here chatting with us and saying funny crap. And I'll insult Pedro some more if I get people fired up. So he seems like a very nice
more, you know what? The more people we get, interacting too, the fewer questions that we get through. We can just milk this article for like 5 weeks in a row. Be perfect.
There we go. That'd be perfect. All right, folks. Again, thank you all. Have a great rest of your week. We'll see you next Tuesday. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and all that nonsense. and we are going to call it a night, I think. So, peace.
See ya.